Hey, YouTube. Today I've got some very interesting content that I want to show you, and I want to express my thoughts on what I feel are the two things that I want to talk about today. So those two things are around the Cloud9 signing of the two new players that they have done yesterday, I believe. And one of them is a rookie called as Mezii, and the second is a renowned star player or star offer in Woxic. So so I've watched some demos after C9 revealed that they signed or they announced that they signed Mezii as their supportish player. So I did some research and I went through some of the demos of Gamer Legion. He was part of the Gamer Legion before he got transferred to Cloud9. And Henry G has made all the details public about him, what the transfer fee is like, and how much his 3-year contract deal is. I mentioned 3 years because he has been signed on a contract for 3 years. And yeah, it's very interesting the amount of money that they have spent on each of the players, with Alex, the first signing, being around, I think so, $1.6 million, which was huge. But it was also fine because, as we know, the esports industry today and what the amount of money that people put in to buy out players from a particular team. So I think so that's kind of expected, being Alex, a renowned IGL of Vitality, has made them win multiple tournaments and also putting him. I think so the best that he could do with Vitality was number two position, and then he dropped out because he obviously had issues with traveling throughout the year to all the and also with a bit packed schedule. So I believe that this was a very interesting move that Cloud9 made on transferring Alex to the team, on making a new Cloud9 roster, CS:GO roster around Alex. So I think Alex being the first choice obviously was a bit very good decision on their part, and I completely believe what the organization wanted is the results that the current C9 CS:GO roster did not quite put through. I mean, they had what you say as the upset moments where they could beat any sort of team on the good day, but then again, the consistency level that they put in, then it was not quite there. So yesterday, as of 19th September, Cloud9 have, or Henry G have announced that they have signed King Mezii and Woxic to the CSGO lineup, which now includes Kassad as the coach, Alex as the IGL, Woxic as the star offer, as they have mentioned, and King Mezii as the support player or the closer. I mean, he's kind of a clutch player if you think, in my opinion, he's kind of Zipex from what do you say, Astralis. It's a very interesting move, and let me show you what the actual deal is like, and we'll go it from there, right? So I'll just minimize myself to the screen so you can see my screen properly. Okay, then we'll move to Twitter, and in Twitter we'll search Henry G, which is this guy. Okay, so he has been up throughout, making many changes to the CSGO community as such. We'll just go with the Mezii signing first of all, and then we would come back to Woxic signings. Okay. Where's the transfer fee? There you go. Okay, another one. Um, yep. So this is the contract that Cloud9 or Henry G publicized over the signing of Mezii, which is William Merriman. So as again, he's in the role of rifle supporter closer, so he's more of a support player. And on the all the demos that I watched about him being a player in Gamer Legion, he was kind of supportive. Okay, so he knows very well how to play situations. So I'd probably say he's probably a situation based player. He knows his spots very well. He knows when to push the smoke, when to flash, when to smoke. All the basic kind of things. He's very what do you say? He's very good, and I think that's the baseline of being in contract with Cloud9. So then again, we have the contract length of 3-year deal, which is starting from 19th of September, so 3 years from then, and then a transfer fee of 83,000. So he, as I said, he was a part of what is it, Gamer Legion before this, and he has been picked up from that team to be part of Cloud9's new salary. And Henry Diaz also declared in one of his tweets earlier that he could have signed this guy on a development basis, but he did not do so because then again, development bases aren't quite too popular among the CS:GO industry as well. So the 3 year salary is 426,000, which I believe is 83,000 is also included in 426,000. So if you deduct that amount from the 426,000, which comes roughly around 360, I believe. Yeah, 360, 370, yeah, yes, yep. No, 340, yep. So it's 340,000, and then you divide it by 12 or 36, right? For how many years? 12, 3, 36, right? So it's 36 months. So that's the monthly salary he will be getting. It's around 11K, which is very good for a player of his caliber. I mean, of his caliber in the sense he hasn't been proven yet. So we do not know if he's going to be very good, if he's going to be the best player in the coming months, if Alex and Prasad could mold him to be a player that everyone is hyping him to be, then definitely 426,000 is a steal for Cloud9. Yep, then again, we have the statements that Henry G has revealed again. I mean, I would link them all in the description below, so please have a look at these to get a better understanding of what kind of player he is, as well as what you can be expecting him in the coming months. So I believe the first appearance that this new C9 roster will be making is in Flashpoint, which is going to be held around sometime in November. It's not completely what you say out there yet, because the Flashpoint interview with Henry G was also based on the fact that they will be conducting the tournament, a LAN tournament, but not right now, but somewhere around November. So this is one thing that everyone would want to watch. So I would suggest that you give a read to these two statements before making any assumptions to the kind of player that William Mezii Merriman is. And also there is another link that is shared by Ryan at IBM. Ryan at RBM. I'm sorry, I just butchered the name. Okay, so Ryan at RBM released, I think so. It's an interview with Mezii himself, stating what kind of player he is, what's his interest are, what sort of role that he was on Gamer Legion and all. And did he used to play a lot of Faceit? Was he a Faceit player? Was he a pub? Was he an ESEA player? What kind of player was he before the signing of Cloud9? And how Mezii and Henry G came into contact of Henry G picking up the initial support to contact the player itself. So there are lots of things that you want to look into that, and maybe you can find what the kind of performance that you're expecting from this guy. I'm very excited because this is a very, very interesting signing, with also being Alex as the star IDL, and you also have Woxic who has been recently signed. So I think it's a very good signing of what sort, because you need to give place to a younger player, so that you can know that you have some drive within the team. It's like if it's all older players, it's completely dead man, to be honest. Okay, so I think so we are done with Mezii. We'll be moving up to Woxic. So he should be right around the corner in here. There you go. Okay, so Henry G states Cloud9 CS:GO presents the devastating Turkish left hook of the Colossus. Turkish left hook, I believe, is left-handed. He operates left-handed, maybe. And he is in the role of AWP and star player, which is a contract of 3 year deal starting from yesterday, which is 19th of September. And the deal value is $1.3 million. This is, again, huge amount of money to see, actually. I mean, at the first glance, it's a huge amount of money. I think it's quite deserving, because Woxic is an insane offer, and he could pop off literally anytime. And once he does, and the opponents are just like dumbstruck, literally. Like when he was on Hellraisers, he's by far the best player that Hellraisers had. And also when he was transferred, when Mousesports bought him out, he's by far one of the greatest offer that Mouseport. I mean, Chris J was also an offer in that team, but then he outshone. I mean, completely he outshone him in that regards. So I think he's a very, very good player, and C9 CS:GO is lucky to have this kind of player within their roster pool. 1.365 is a very, very good amount of money that they're offering him, and I hope that this guy lives up to the expectations that everyone is putting on him. And he has saying in his statements, maybe you could follow his statements, you could follow his Twitter channel. There you could find many statements that he has made that he would be back to his original self. And I'm very excited to see what he does for the team. You know, and again, we have the statement in here. You could read the statement. You could go in, do some research on your own, and yeah. The one thing I want to point out is he was the 12th best player in HLTV ranking in year 2019, but then again he fell off a bit at the end of the year in mouse sports, which is quite a bummer actually. When he had some internal issues which he does not want to express to the entire world. So that's fine. I respect that. Uh, yeah, I do believe that this is going to be a great deal, great signing as of sort. So now that C9 has three people in their roster, and Henry D apparently has pointed out that he would be signing a sixth player, which is quite unknown as of what type of player. I mean, he has declared some types of player that he would be wanting in that sixth position, but we currently do not know if that's currently in the table or not, or if he would be looking at it in a long-term perspective. So sixth player definitely is on the page of the C9 CSGO roster book that they have been building it out. And with that being said, three players have already been signed. Two players are currently, I think so, Henry G have already signed the fourth player, but I think so he'll be revealing it probably sometime next week Friday, or maybe the next week Friday. So depending on that, we would be covering that regards to. Also, there are people who are speculating that with Nico going to G2, which is not quite confirmed yet, if that move happens, maybe G2 Amonix will step down and C9 could approach him for the roster as well. So we have to check on that. We currently do not have any kind of confirmed rumors from the industry as well. And uh, yeah, the next signing that people are thinking that C9 would be making is KKS from 100 Thieves, which I do not believe that he would be letting go of the organization, even though they haven't had the best of performances and achievements through that roster since the Renegades time after being picked up by 100 Thieves. I do believe that that team has much potential to be looked into, and maybe it's only a time because Chet, I believe, it's signed to the 100 Thieves roster as a coach. So yeah, maybe we'll give him a time, some time to make some changes within the roster, maybe roles, maybe mentality. We'll see from that. Okay. So yeah, I think so that should do with all the three signings that currently CSGO, C9 CSGO has in their roster book. And yeah, Woxic being one of the best, or not one of the best, I think so the best player that they have signed right now. Alex, of course, is the star IGL, whom I believe will make some great changes happening in the team. And Mezii is he's an untapped potential man. I mean, if this kid pops up, I think so further down the line, I could see his real value being increased because 3 years is a lot of time. Maybe we'll see from that. So yeah, that's it from me today, and we will be covering the upcoming signings that C9 or Cloud9 will be making in this area, and we will be covering in this channel. So go to my description down below, and I will be linking the three articles that I would be the one with Alex's statement, the one with Woxic's statement, and one with Meza's statement, and also the article of Ryan at RBM's interview with Mezii. So those three would be all down in the description below, so feel free to check them out. And also I'll be linking my Twitter handle down below so that you can keep in sync with my content that's being uploaded and putting forward on a weekly basis. So yep, until next week or probably next time when C9 announces their new roster change or new roster member. So until then, cheers and yeah, hope you stay safe and we'll meet then. Peace.